You can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, .TV on IG.
Hey, what's happening, family? So this is a reaction video for the Roland DS88 when it was introduced to NAMM in 2016. So the reason why I'm looking at this video and reacting to it is that I'm looking to grab a DS88. I really believe I'm sold on it. So this will do it for me right here to watch this video and really see. But I think I'm gonna grab a DS88 because during this time I want to perform outside and do some impromptu pop-up piano deals and where there's no electricity and that kind of thing. So I needed a keyboard with batteries. And I did a review video or article response video. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, it's called 6 Killer Keyboards That Run on Batteries. And this was one of the keyboards there, so I said I was going to do a reaction video, and here we are. So before we jump into it, I'm going to show you, I actually am familiar with the Roland Juno family because I actually have a Roland Juno. I'm going to show you right here. So this is my Roland Juno GI. It's my Roland Juno GI. I don't know if you could completely see this, but 76 key synthesizer. I really enjoy it. I like it for, I use it as an auxiliary board a lot of times for synth leads and pads and that kind of thing. But it's nice. I like the feel, I like the action, I like the joystick. You know, all of that good stuff on it, the effects. It's a real straightforward board. But, you know, so I am familiar with it as far as the Juno line. But here we go. And so if you're watching this live on Facebook, you're going to see this video afterwards on YouTube where you're going to see exactly what I'm watching on the screen too. So you can see all the pictures and see the keyboard and everything else. But for right now, here we go. I'm just going to jump right on into it. So this is the Juno DS88 unveiled at NAMM 2016.
Hey guys, this is Will Dogger from Multitracks.com. We're here at NAMM 2016 with Sweetwater and Worship Leader Magazine, hanging out at the Roland booth. And it's going to take us through this incredible keyboard. I have a Juno 60. I love it. My Juno doesn't have a piano on it. What is this? This thing looks incredible.
This thing is actually incredible. The Juno DS is incredible. For the first time, we have a Juno in an 88 key keyboard. This is great. Now with this one, with the Juno DS61, it's 61, it weighs 12 pounds, and it's $6.99. That's a great deal. Okay, on this Juno DS88, the first time we've done this one's 35 pounds, and it's only $9.99. That's great.
That's not bad.
Also, you know, I know for the churches, sometimes you have to go take the revival or take it out to other gigs or move it to different houses of worship. Both of these can use batteries. 8 AA batteries, and the power will be anywhere from 5 to 6 hours, depending whether or not you stream audio from a USB.
So I'm going to stop it right there. That was probably the biggest thing that got me as I was looking at these different keyboards. With that article that I looked at that you can see on my YouTube channel, there's 6 keyboards. Now out of all of them, this one here was one of the ones that had like the most hours as far as for the battery life. For 8 batteries, 8 AA batteries, 5 to 6 hours is extremely good. And the original article, they said 5 hours. Hey Steven, thanks for hanging out, bro. And everybody else who's hanging here live. They said 5 hours originally, but this guy's saying 6 if you don't use audio from the other drive as well. So that's a winner off the bat. 5 hours off of 8 batteries. That's a winner, because most of the time when I perform with this outside, I'll only be performing for, you know, probably anywhere between an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. So that's at least 2.5 shows right there. Yeah, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into it now and keep it rolling.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's some of the...
keep it rolling.
One great
no
feature.
pun intended.
Also, both of these do come with over 1,200 sounds.
1,200 sounds is a lot.
There. So you get a lot of great classic Roland waveforms that are going to sound wonderful, but also there's a special bank that says DS sounds, and these are brand new sounds that are optimized for the Juno DS. Also,
So that's really good. You all don't see it here because I don't have it with me, but I have a Roland FA08. And hey, Shannon, thanks for hanging out, brother. My FA08 has over 1,200 sounds in it. And so I'm familiar with this bank. That's the other reason why I was looking at this. I was going to actually review like several different keyboards, but to be honest, I think this is going to be the one. And I can definitely vouch for that Roland Juno sound bank.
You can upgrade or add additional sounds. We have a virtual expansion board slot, so you can go to our website, axio.roland.com, and download up to 10 libraries of additional sounds.
That's really good.
So right out of the box,
that's really good.
You can do a lot with this guy. So for houses of worship, you'll have a huge palette of sounds. So whatever the occasion is, you can have it. Let's listen to the piano first off, because that's going to probably be the most common thing you're going to use.
It's the most important part for me because I'm going to be using it for
the piano. There's
piano
a lot of
the
different
most.
types of piano, but we're going to choose the Grand Piano DS on here. So let's go ahead and play a little bit.
Awesome.
All right.
Kind of reminds me of my FA08 piano. A little bit more compression. There's a little bit more compression, but it reminds me a lot of the FA08 piano. So that wasn't bad. I think there's another one in here though that I heard about that's even better. But that wasn't bad.
So notice how it rings out very nice, sounds very full, you know. So this is actually a new piano for us. Let's listen to some other sounds that might be really helpful in houses of worship. So some classic sounds.
Funky, thanks for hanging out, bro.
The JVEP sound. This is a classic for all of us guys. So check this one out.
That's the electric piano that I performed my first song on the piano with.
So
I played Brian McKnight's Home, and that was the FM piano that was the first one I ever used. Right there, that brings back memories. Very first song. I have to play that for you all one day.
Right away. Do you layer when you play at the church? Is that helpful?
Oh, absolutely.
I use layers with strings.
Typically, you know, most keys players are using piano, some pad, some sort of synth layer with the piano.
Absolutely. And with the Juno DS, it's not going to disappoint. Actually, the Juno DS is able to split and layer up to 16 sounds simultaneously, so you can come up with some very rich textures.
That's a lot.
The most basic.
16 layers at one time is a lot. Hey, Miss Barbara, thanks for hanging out. That's a whole lot because usually you can't play that many layers because it would take up, you know, too much CPU usage. But for this to be able to do 16 layers, that's pretty crazy. So I'm liking this DS already. I really think that this is going to have my vote.
Being maybe a piano and a string. So on the Juno DS, you just press the dual button. I'll make sure the piano's up.
I'm familiar with that function.
Got my piano, and I press dual.
Dual buttons on my keyboard.
String. Now here's something that's really wonderful. I have an upper and a lower fader here, and I can have my piano playing, you know, right here. And then bring up
somebody's phone is going on.
My nice string. Maybe bring it back down, or maybe switch it up. Bring the piano down and bring the string up.
Yeah, played a couple nice chords there too. So that of course is always a really handy feature. I mean, I have a couple keyboards that have that feature, and any keyboard where you can have that feature where you've got those sliders to be able to mix different sounds together. I mean, you got me already, because for the most part what I want to do with this is use it for piano and electric piano and strings mainly. So to be able to make, you know, some quick on-the-fly mixtures like that, that's going to be really huge. And so they make it real simple and straightforward.
So you see, very quickly I can do that. So if I'm in a church service and I'm playing piano, but it's like, oh no, I need to put some strings, very quickly I can do it.
That's awesome.
And that's wonderful. Now, as far as layering and splitting 16 different sounds, I can do that as well and actually save it and call it up. And I know at your church, do you have a lot of different music going on and set lists and, you know, to really help with the praise? Well, With the Juno DS, we have a favorite section. So you can go ahead and create all these rich textures and beautiful sounds and actually save it to a favorites. We have 10 banks of 10 favorites. So that's over 100 favorites.
Now, favorites.
Favorites that you can save.
Favorites is, you know, always a really good thing that's needed. Hey, Parallel, thanks for hanging out. Favorites are always really good, you know, because for those of you all that don't use favorites, just to let you know, like, you know, I mean, it's pretty straight and forward to the point. You're able to save some of your favorite sounds and combinations. And that's always good, especially when you're trying to perform live and you just need to, you know, jump onto some different sounds, you know, on the fly. You kind of want to go to your, you know, your favorites. So that's really useful.
Very quickly inside the DS.
Very, very cool. I mean, this is incredible if you're wanting classic synth sounds, classic Juno sounds, but then you also need a great piano sound, some of that standard stuff that you're typically using in a church service. Sounds very, very versatile, do lots of crazy, you know, great things in a very simple box. So,
actually, very, very simple box. Let me show you just two.
Some website issues. So I'll definitely say, like, the other thing about this, you know, that I really like, as far as for my particular taste, is that, you know, I have a Roland FA08, so I'm really familiar with Roland in general. I've had several
more
Rolands.
sounds that might be cool, because I know we just showed.
And then also, you know, in addition to having a Roland FA08 and just being used to the sounds, the key bed is really, really nice. Like, I would say out of all the keyboards that I've had, this Roland has probably been my favorite key bed, besides the Yamaha key beds, which are always really solid too if you all ever use Yamaha keyboards. But the Roland is like, in this particular model, if this follows after my other one, the FA08, oh man. You know, so it looks like it. When I was looking at the design up close, it really looks like the same keyboard, just with a different kind of layout on the front. But as far as the style with the back and the keyboards and the case that it's in, yeah, it's really good. Gordon Lewis, thanks for hanging out. All right, let's knock out. We got about 2 more minutes of this.
The piano and the string. But I know I've been to a couple of contemporary churches, and they really kind of bring down the house a little bit, get a little wild and crazy.
Hey, Leslie.
So let's show like a synth sound in here that might be good to kind of get everybody
Roland
excited.
synths have always been really good.
And I'm going to go into one of our classic big super saw sections, and it's called super saw. Just a big synth sound. Now here's something that's really cool.
Roland's always known for those big sounds.
This left side of the keyboard, right? We see all these sliders, these faders, and we see these knobs. Within these knobs, we have something called cutoff and resonance. So it's actually some synthesizer terms in here. So we can actually shape these sounds as we play.
I have those
so I'll go ahead and hold this chord, and I'm going to shape the cutoff and resonance.
Yeah, so being able to do on-the-fly effects is always good.
If you're a contemporary,
being able to do on-board, you know, on-the-fly effects is always good. The only thing about this that I've noticed, even with my keyboard, is that, you know, if you notice, the guy was there twisting the knob as he was doing that, which, of course, that's how you use it. But I noticed those pots come loose really easily if you're not careful. And I used to have that problem on my Roland Phantom. It was pretty much a problem, so...
church, this could be really, really handy and a lot of fun in there. Now, what about horn sections? I love horn sections, and that could also help.
Rolling horns always been pretty nice
you
too.
You want to have a horn section,
hey, Natalie.
But there's not enough members to really fill out the section. Maybe have a couple of guys in there. We need to fill it up. Well, the Juno DS, Roland has had a great history of coming up with great horn sections, and let's listen to one now. I found one that I really enjoy, that I think you guys will enjoy too. It has a very good bite to it, and it really fills up. So let's pull it up real quick. And that one is called Breakout Brass. So this one is pretty cool. So actually,
yeah, that was pretty cool. I remember that brass. In fact, I used to have that a similar brass sound in my Roland Phantom. And that was a pretty nice sound. You know, sometimes the horns can be kind of thin sounding, but I'm not really looking at this board for horns and that kind of thing. So really in the other areas, like the pads, oh my gosh, there's another video I was watching where the guy was, you know, demoing like a lot more sounds. And I mean, it's the classic pads that I'm familiar with from my Roland setup. Those pads and those electric pianos and strings, on the money.
Very, very big. So as you can see, some great selection of sounds. We have over 1,200 sounds. We just showed like 4 or 5 sounds, and I know a church musician or a great musician can actually use those very, very quickly and come up with some great, great music.
Awesome. Well, Ed, thanks so much for your time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Great keyboard. And guys, if you want any more information about this keyboard, make sure to head to sweetwater.com or call your Sweetwater sales engineer.
Yeah, so I think that I'm sold. I think that I'm sold. And so this was another video that I was watching. Roland Juno, DS piano, E piano, and more. And the guy was like demoing some different sounds. So that piano, I really like. I mean, that's very much like the piano that I use regularly on my my FA08. I'm gonna just let it roll through a couple of these. Eugene, how's it going, brother? Lovely Miss Gianna. There we go. That right there, that's gonna be one of my favorite ones. Yeah, that's hands down gonna be one of my favorite ones. Cause that pad and then the piano sounds very much realistic. It's not too, like, this piano's too bright to me. I don't like, but that there, oh man. That's gonna be real nice. Yeah, that's gonna be real nice. I'm looking forward to that. It's the old FM pianos. It's another FM. The strings. Yeah. That's the first one I ever performed on right there. That particular piano sound. So I think that's enough. You guys get a chance to see. I think he had some whirlies in here that were pretty cool too, that he was playing. Yeah, it's got body to it, got bite to it. Yes, those strings there, those will be the strings that will definitely be on a part of my piano. All right, so pretty much with that, I'm sold. You know, I started looking around at prices. You got 1,000 from Sweetwater. You got some used ones out there. This comes in a 61 note key model as well, which I'm gonna get the 88 because I want the weighted keys. So they got a 76 here too. I wish the 76 was weighted, but usually 76 isn't weighted. So I'm gonna probably go for 88. I think I'm gonna drop the 1,000, get an 88, and I'm gonna grab that 1,000 back because I'm heading outside to do a bunch of outside impromptu concerts where I'll be taking tips and and that kind of thing, and just giving people the gift of music outdoors during this time. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I think that's where I am. I think I'm sold. It's gonna be the Juno DS. It was either gonna be that or the Core Cross. Core Cross I don't like as much. It runs on 4 hours with batteries, which is one less than the Juno, and then the piano sound is just not that good. It's cheesy. And then the only other ones that were in the mix was the Casio WK7600, which that to me is a bit toyish, and another one that I forgot the name of it, but I had never heard of it before, but that was out of the mix. So there we are. That's a wrap. And so overall, I'm happy with this already. I haven't even put my fingers on it and won't be able to because it's quarantine. I won't be able to test it out anywhere. But judging from what I know with my FA08, which this is very much like it, I think I'm going to very much be happy with this. So next I'm going to do a review on what Bluetooth speaker that I'm going to get, because I'm going to look for a PA Bluetooth speaker. And that'll be it. So thanks so much for hanging out with me for this. If you are watching now live, look at this video on YouTube later by the same name. It's going to be right under Roland Juno DS88 NAMM review. It's going to be on my channel, Aaron Hill TV. And you'll see everything that I was just showing you, or the video that I was just watching. You'll see it then. It'll be a part of the video. Other than that, if you'd like to help me make more content like this, look for that info in the description or comments. And
yeah, so to help me to make more content like this, please see the info in the description or comments. And thanks so much for watching. And if we're not already connected on all my other homes, the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., where you can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV.